Man, it has been a minute, huh? But it happens, right? Anyway, I'm gonna do a little tasting session and probably just chat a little bit because that's seems to be what I do in these videos, and it's been a while since I've made a video. Um, what we're smoking today is Firestorm. It's one of Russ Ouellette, one of his blends. Um, Distributed by M&D Wholesale Distributors. Probably should have done a little bit of research on this to see who's actually producing this, like who's making this. I'm guessing it's one of Russ Ouellette's blends, and I think that he did a lot for like pipes and cigars. Maybe he still does for pipes and cigars. I don't know. Maybe pipes and cigars are the ones that are producing this and tinning it and all that stuff. I'm not sure about that either. Like I said, should have done a little bit of research, but when it comes right down to it, I don't know that we really care so much about who produces what, as long we care about whether or not it's whether or not we like it or not. You know. So, and I have made a tobacco order. Whoops! Sorry if I just blew someone's eardrums out by hitting the mic on accident. Um, I have made a tobacco order in the last couple of days, so um, probably be another video coming in a week or two whenever I get the package about what I got. Today is September 24th or September 25th, so that's a hint to what I potentially purchased. Um, and I would imagine that most of you out there know what I'm talking about. But there was a couple other tins mixed in that I got as well. Um, just a couple. So we'll talk about that. I'll show you what I got. We'll talk about it, and you know, I probably won't open. That's maybe what I should do. Probably what I should do. But the problem is I'd have to pause the video and restart it and edit it together because I know that the tobacco is going to be too wet for my personal taste when I first get it. But I was kind of thinking about maybe sacrificing a tin because it's new production. Sacrificing a tin for like first impressions. I was thinking about that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do an unboxing, and then I'll open a tin on that video, tell you what I think of the smell and how it looks and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll let some dry out, and then I'll record another video on like first impressions. It would be my first impression, my first video doing a first impression. So you guys that have seen some of my tasting sessions know that generally 95% of the time, I like to basically smoke an entire tin, if not at least like 2/3 before I sit down and start talking about it. Which is essentially what I've done here. There's really not a whole lot left to smell in here. It's mainly a few pieces, a few larger pieces, and then dust. There's probably a half a bowl of tobacco's worth in here. And today I'm smoking a little Peterson, like a little, it's like I would call it an apple, a little straight apple with a, um, military style um, mouthpiece there. So I think it's the only Peterson I own. You guys that have been around the channel also know that, I'm not like a Peterson hater, but never been a big fan of the Petersons I've owned. This one's pretty decent though. Now, I remember when I first opened this tin, it was a lot of like that grass hay. You know, it's Virginia. I believe it's Virginia, Perique, Kentucky. I think mainly, pretty much is what it is. A lot of that grass hay and that sweet, like sort of barbecue sauce, like vinegar note, you know, from the Kentucky and things like that. And I've really enjoyed this tin. I didn't have very high expectations for it. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I didn't have high expectations. But I've really enjoyed it. You know, there's a few other blends out there that are Virginia, Perique, Kentucky that I would probably, you know, maybe lean to. Well, there's one really. It's, well, no, I guess it'd be kind of two. I think McConnell's Scottish Cake and McConnell's Scottish Flake. I probably lean to that over this, but if I, you know, those are hard to get. If you're having trouble getting, they can be hard to get. They're not always available all the time. So if you're having trouble getting some, you know, those, this is a really nice blend. This is a really nice tobacco that, you know, is kind of in the same, you know, in that same vein. You know, not totally the same, but I would say similar enough for me at least. Like if for whatever reason McConnell's Scottish Cake ran out, this is a little bit more bold. This is a little bit bolder. To me, it's got a little bit more, you know, Kentucky. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's like thicker or richer. It's just like a little bit more bold flavor than Scottish Cake to me anyway. Anyway, so I had a lot of grass, vinegar, barbecue sauce note, but now it's like grass and like chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate notes on there, which is very interesting. It's like very cocoa. There's like a lot of cocoa that I'm getting on that. So, and it's been open for a pretty good amount of time. I mean, it's borderline, I would call way, you know, too dry. So, you know, it's still serviceable for me. I like the tobacco to be a little bit on the dry side. I hate a gurgle. And I like a tobacco that I don't, you know, you don't have to just relight, you know, every minute. So I don't, you know, dry it out like dry as a bone, but I do make sure it's on the drier side. Because for me, that's the smoking characteristics that I like. And generally I feel like if it's a little bit on the drier side, for me, in my experience, it's a little bit more flavorful. If it's got too much moisture in it, I find that it just gets steamy no matter how slow I smoke it. It gets steamy and it just sort of like sticking your face over like a steaming pot of broccoli. I just, you know, I'd rather it be a little bit drier, have it, you know, keep a nice burn, sit there and smolder well. So, you know, a little bit of moisture is good. But I would lean to the, you know, having it a little bit drier. So, but like I said, even this is almost too dry. But yeah, it's just like that nice like hayfield aroma and like a really pleasant chocolate cocoa aroma, which I find, like I said, really pleasant, really nice. So it's smoked really well from the beginning. I do dry it out a little bit. I pull about a bowl out and let it dry a little. I don't have to do that anymore. I do really like the cut as well. Um, it's like that sweet spot between like super thin and like sometimes Cornell and Deal stuff can be like, you know, too thick, too wide, too, you know, a little bit too robust. This is a really nice cut. It's like a ready rubbed thing. It's not a flake or anything like that. It's super nice. It's really easy to prepare. It's really easy to load, to light, to smoke, and and the smoking notes are very, very nice, very pleasant. There's a little bit of a nutty quality there. There is like a black pepper tingle. Um, there's a nice sort of rich, bready sort of quality, like a fresh baked bread sort of quality. Yeah, it's just super nice. It's super nice. It's very pleasant. It's very good. Um, I really enjoy this stuff. I really do. I really enjoy this stuff. I think it's good stuff. I don't remember what the price is on it, but I don't remember it being too bad. And I only got the one tin, and I got this tin. I got this tin back in November of 2021. Um, and I'm sitting here trying to convince myself that I don't need to buy any more tins, because I got so much other stuff, and it's like, man. But at the same time, like when you find something that you do enjoy. Now, I don't think it's like earth shattering, groundbreaking. It's not in my top three, something like that. But when you find something that's to me this solid, I really do feel like I need to probably, buy like 5 tins and put them away for a while. Um, but I don't know. That's easy to do. And then maybe in 20 years you come across it and you're like, oh, let's see how that does. I'm sure it would be fantastic. But it's like that too many tobaccos, too little time dilemma. I was thinking about it the other day. And there's a lot of people out there that have really big stockpiles of tobacco. Basically, mine is like the big black action packer containers. I think basically everything I have would fill up about one and a half of those. So it's not, I don't have like there's not too. I feel like there's not too much, but at the same time, it's like it all depends on your perspective. I'm sure there's guys out there that could fill 50 of those things, you know, and they would say, what I have is nothing. And then there's guys that, they got 10 tins and they think what I have is a lot. Um, I don't know if I think it's a lot, a little, what it is, but I was thinking about it the other day. And if I never bought another tin of tobacco, I don't think what I have was not going to last the rest of my life. I think that what I have would probably last me like 10 to 15 years. Um, Because I think I'm probably opening anywhere between 10 and 20 tins a year. So I don't even know how many tins I have, but yeah, I think probably 10, 15, 20 years would probably last. So when I think about it like that, I think I need more tobacco because I need. Like if they shut it off right tomorrow and said we're passing a law, you can never buy any more tobacco after such and such date. I need enough to last my lifetime. And then the other side of that is, how likely is that? And more than likely, you're going to see that coming. But everyone else is going to see that coming also. And they're going to say, I need to buy some. And at that point, it's just a free for all. You're just going to get what you can get. It's not even going to be about what you like anymore. It's going to be about, I'm buying whatever it is. I don't even want to throw one out there because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to throw out, like, the first thing that came to my mind was Stokkebye nougat. I don't know why. But I don't want to say, like, oh, well, that's not good. It's good to the people that smoke it, that like it, right? But you would be in that, if you're in that situation, you're literally going to be like, I will buy anything. So I don't know what the limit is for me. I think there is going to come a day where I just don't buy any more tins of tobacco, unless it's something that I want to open and smoke and try right away. But there will definitely come a day where I'm not putting tobacco away, for a later date, obviously. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, to me, Firestorm, it's more of a Virginia, Kentucky. You get a lot of that, like, breadiness, that sweet, vinegary, barbecue saucy kind of notes. That barbecue fire, like, kind of, kind of feeling and kind of notes, and a little bit of black pepper on there. Whereas something like Scottish Cake to me is a little bit more, sweet Virginia forward, a little bit more sort of Perique in there, playing the second supporting role, or first supporting role, and then the Kentucky is pretty minimal. You don't get a ton of that. In fact, I think for a long time I thought it was just a Virginia Perique, and then I think I saw on the description or something where there's a little Kentucky in there. So this kind of, to me, a little bit more Kentucky, a little less Perique. And just super pleasant Virginias. I mean, this is a really, really pleasant smoke. If this kind of stuff is, some of the kind of things that you guys like, I recommend giving it a shot. I recommend trying it. Because, like I said, I didn't have super high expectations. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I wasn't sure it was going to be good. I wasn't sure what I was going to think about it. But I do really enjoy it. And definitely one of those ones that, I feel like I should, buy 5, 6 tins of, and forget about them for a while. Because I think it's going to be one of those ones that I would enjoy to go back to in 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, and try again. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. When I get that tobacco order, I'll go ahead and do a video for you guys and show you what I got. And unless I talk myself out of it, I think I'm gonna pop something open on the video, give some first impressions on sort of what I think about it, or maybe I'll save that for when. No, I'm gonna pop it open, give some first impressions on the look, the smell, presentation, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll let it, if it needs to dry out a little bit, I'll let it dry out a little bit. Then I'll record another video of my first bowl. So I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. This will be a good tobacco to do it on. And post in the comments let me know that you made it to the end of the video. I know some YouTubers do that. I don't know. I guess they, for whatever reason, want to see everyone, people getting to the end of the video. So leave me a comment about what blend you think that I purchased. The main purchase order, not the little one or two. What was the main reason for me purchasing? Making a tobacco order. So curious to see if you guys get it. I'm suspecting that you guys are tuned in enough you know enough about what's going on right about, right around now, right around September 24th, that you'll probably get it right on the nail, hit the nail right on the head. I cannot talk tonight. Anyway, so until next video, you guys take care of yourselves. Adios.